Hello again and welcome back to our course on Project 2019 Advanced. In this section, I'm going to set you exercise 3. And in exercise 3, it's going to be based on the web development project that we've been looking at. I've updated it and the starting point for exercise 3 is in the exercise folder and it's called exercise_03.mpp. Now, apart from a very minor change to the structure of the project, if you look at the custom fields, so if I jump into custom fields, go to resource and select outline code, you'll see that the custom field for resources that we created in the preceding section is still there. And of course, that custom field was put in at the request of our accountancy team to give some structure to the cost charging for resources on the project. In exercise 3, we're returning to custom fields for tasks, and what I'd like you to do in exercise 3 is to use a custom field of type outline code to reflect the structure of the project. So we're more or less going back to what we were doing with outline numbers and WBS codes before. The big difference, of course, when we're using outline codes is that Project 2019 doesn't maintain the values for us. So we have to actually enter the values into that custom field. But the good news, the good consequence, is that it also won't change them unexpectedly or remember them when you don't want it to. Basically, you assign a value to a task in the project and the task keeps that value. And that means that you can put in a structure that very much is fixed and under your control. This is a particularly useful situation, of course, if you've been told what codes to use for the tasks in your project. Now I'm going to show you my answer and then I'm going to explain one or two of the specific requirements of the exercise. Now here's my answer. And the column shown there is my custom field web dev proj code. And basically in the organization this web project is being run for, they have a way of coding all web development projects and it's quite a simple method. Basically they divide projects into these categories of tendering, requirements, design and development, testing and implementation. So if you like, they have 5 main headings and the third heading only, design and development, is split into design and development.001. Then there's analysis and design and development.002. That covers the actual programming or the database, the coding and the HTML pages. Now, even if you go down to a lower level, so say for example here, task 9, analysis and design, which has a web dev proj code of design and development.001, every task at a lower level has the same web dev proj code. So the codes stop with the codes that you can see here. If I click on any one of those tasks in the column and click on the drop down, you'll see the full coding structure there. So there's only 5 top level values: tendering, requirements, design and development, testing and implementation. And the third one is divided into 2 parts. That is all we require when we're structuring our project. And in the case of testing, for example, you had dozens and dozens of subtasks under the testing summary task. Each of them would still only get that web dev proj code of testing. You'll quite often see coding systems that only go down a relatively short way into the structure of, in this case, tasks, possibly in the case of resources as well. So that's exercise 3. My answer is exercise_03_answer, and it's in the usual place. That's it for this section. I will see you in the next one.